It's a common misconception that people who prefer to be alone are shy, antisocial, or depressed. However, research has shown that individuals who enjoy solitude actually possess certain personality traits that set them apart from others. Here are 12 special personality traits that people who like to be alone often exhibit. Introverted. Introverts tend to be more sensitive to stimulation, which means they are more easily overwhelmed by social situations and require alone time to recharge their energy. This doesn't mean that they are shy or antisocial, but rather that they prefer deeper, more meaningful interactions with others rather than superficial small talk. Independent. People who enjoy being alone often have a strong sense of self and are comfortable making decisions without the input of others. They value their autonomy and freedom, and may feel stifled or constrained by the expectations and opinions of others. Creative. Solitude provides a space for creativity to flourish because it allows individuals to focus their attention inward without distraction. People who enjoy being alone may be drawn to artistic pursuits like writing, painting, or music, as well as other activities that allow them to express themselves in unique and creative ways. Introspective. Introspection is the process of examining one's own thoughts and emotions. People who enjoy solitude often have a rich inner life and take time to reflect on their experiences and feelings. This self-awareness can lead to greater personal growth and insight. Empathetic. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. People who enjoy being alone may be particularly attuned to the emotions of others because they are less distracted by their own thoughts and feelings when they are alone. Observant. People who enjoy being alone may be more attuned to their environment because they are not distracted by social interactions. They may notice small details that others miss and have a greater appreciation for the beauty and complexity of the world around them. Thoughtful. Thoughtfulness is the ability to consider the needs and feelings of others. People who enjoy solitude often have a greater capacity for empathy and may be more thoughtful in their interactions with others. Self-aware. Self-awareness is the ability to understand one's own emotions and thoughts. People who enjoy being alone often have a strong sense of self-awareness because they spend more time reflecting on their experiences and feelings. Open-minded. Open-mindedness is the ability to consider new ideas and perspectives. People who enjoy being alone may be more open-minded because they are less influenced by the opinions of others and more willing to consider alternative viewpoints. Resilient. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity. People who enjoy being alone may be more resilient because they have developed coping mechanisms and strategies for dealing with difficult situations. Persistent. Persistence is the ability to continue working towards a goal despite obstacles and setbacks. People who enjoy solitude may be more persistent because they are more self-motivated and less influenced by external factors. Low maintenance. Low-maintenance individuals are self-sufficient and require minimal attention or support from others. People who enjoy being alone may be more low-maintenance because they are comfortable with their own company and do not require constant social interaction. There are several studies and surveys that provide insight into the prevalence of people who enjoy solitude and the personality traits that they exhibit. Here are a few examples. A study published in the Journal of Research in Personality found that introverted individuals were more likely to prefer solitude than extroverted individuals. The study also found that introverts tended to be more introspective and thoughtful than extroverts. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, is a popular personality assessment tool that measures preferences for introversion and extroversion. According to data from the MBTI, around 50 to 57% of people in the US and Canada are introverted. A survey conducted by the Pew Research Center found that around 27% of adults in the US reported that they spend some or most of their leisure time alone. The survey also found that people who spend more time alone tend to have higher levels of education and income. Another study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who enjoy solitude tend to be more resilient and adaptable than people who do not. The study also found that solitude was associated with greater creativity and introspection. While these statistics provide some insight into the prevalence and personality traits of people who enjoy solitude, it's important to remember that personality traits are complex and multifaceted, and individuals may exhibit a range of traits that are not necessarily related to their preference for solitude. According to a study published in the Journal of Personality, people who prefer solitude tend to score higher on measures of creativity, including artistic and literary creativity, as well as problem-solving skills. A study published in the journals Social Psychological and Personality Science found that people who spend more time alone tend to be more satisfied with their lives than people who do not. The study also found that spending time alone was associated with greater psychological well-being, including lower levels of anxiety and depression. A survey conducted by the BBC found that around 10% of people in the UK identify as loners, or people who enjoy spending time alone. The survey also found that people who identified as loners tended to be more self-sufficient and less reliant on social support than people who did not identify as loners. Another study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences found that people who enjoy solitude tend to have a greater sense of autonomy and independence than people who do not. The study also found that people who prefer solitude tend to have stronger internal motivation and are less influenced by external rewards and punishments. It's worth noting that while many studies have examined the personality traits and preferences of people who enjoy solitude, there is still much to learn about this group. As with any group, individuals who prefer solitude are diverse and may exhibit a wide range of traits and behaviors. People who enjoy solitude are a diverse group, but there are certain personality traits that tend to be associated with a preference for spending time alone. These traits include introversion, introspection, creativity, self-sufficiency, autonomy, and independence. While people who enjoy solitude may be less likely to seek out social interaction, they often report higher levels of psychological well-being and satisfaction with their lives. Research has shown that spending time alone can be beneficial for mental health, creativity, and problem-solving. People who enjoy solitude are often able to use their time alone to engage in activities that they find meaningful and rewarding, such as reading, writing, or pursuing creative hobbies. It's important to note that enjoying solitude does not necessarily mean that a person is lonely or isolated. Many people who prefer solitude also have close relationships and social support networks. Additionally, people who enjoy solitude may seek out social interaction when it is meaningful and enjoyable for them. Overall, people who enjoy solitude are an important part of our diverse society, and their unique personality traits and preferences should be valued and respected.